This is me reciting my persuasive essay for Animal Farm, The Uncanny Villain. Here goes. He spouts foolish, untruthful words from his lips, knowing he is telling lies, but not caring nonetheless. The lies he spews are vile and mentally bruise the ones around him. They scar the others, making them question their own liability and memories that they experienced themselves. Did you see him changing the rules to fit what he wants them to be? Did you hear him fabricating that story about what happened at the Battle of Cowshed? Listening or looking on from afar, you might not notice that what he is doing is detrimental or harmful even. He only wants to do what is best for his comrades, right? Wrong. Selfish and greedy, he steals and lies to get his way, acting innocent as if he is only following orders, not wanting people to know he's the real villain and the mastermind behind it all. When you first think of Squealer from Animal Farm, you might think of him as a talkative pig that fits his name well. He squeals. A lot. He might not even seem evil to you because he's obviously under the rule of Napoleon like the other animals. Well, you've been mistaken. Napoleon is in fact the undeclared, later declared, leader of the farm, and of course he has all the animals except a few in his figurative grasp. But Squealer has them even more so in his grasp than Napoleon. As he spouts constant, dramatized propaganda all day, the animals become attached, stupidly hanging on to his every word, like their lives depend on it. And Squealer knows. He knows good and well what he is doing as he makes the animals more dependent and reliant on him and his cronies. He is smart enough, of course, because he's a pig, and the pigs are more intelligent than the other animals. They rely on him to deliver the information articulately, and he does just that. But he uses large words some of the animals don't understand, so they won't worry about their well-being. He makes the situation sound normal, because he makes them feel as if they are still being treated as equals. They don't notice that more and more of their rights are being stripped away from them, one by one. In any case, he had no difficulty in proving to the other animals that they were not in reality short of food, whatever the appearances might be. For the time being, certainly, it had been found necessary to make a readjustment of rations. Squealer always spoke of it as a readjustment, never as a reduction. Page 112. Here Squealer goes again, twisting the wording around to deceive the animals. Not so innocent anymore, huh? He also shapes and alters their memories to make them believe that Snowball is against them and always on the side of the humans, despite his behavior before he was run off the farm. All Squealer wants is power. More and more. Napoleon isolates himself from everyone else, giving Squealer the upper hand. He gets close to the animals, makes them trust him, and selfishly takes advantage. After all, Squealer is the first pig to walk and stand on two legs, which proves how much he doesn't care for the rules he and the other pigs created. He commits a treachery, betraying his own community. The animals are too stupid to realize that Napoleon isn't the problem. Squealer is. Napoleon never speaks to them, but Squealer always does. Napoleon never tries to sway them by giving over-dramatized speeches, but Squealer does. And who changes all of the rules to fit what they want? Squealer does. Squealer is behind everything, and Napoleon sits back and lets it happen as he becomes a victim to Squealer's propaganda himself. So technically, Napoleon is innocent, but still at fault for letting Squealer have his way and obtain the power he was ambitious to gain. Since the animals are so ignorant, they do not realize at all what is being done to them. They make the mistake of blind trusting Squealer because of his manipulative, malignant ways. I mean, it makes sense. He is always the one broadcasting the rules and changes. No one ever bore witness to Napoleon coming out of his study and sharing the changes he wanted. Why? Because Squealer is behind it all. Napoleon shows obvious disinterest in the well-being of the animals, but his companion didn't. If Napoleon is behind all of this, he would be active in the farm, but instead he chooses to isolate himself. Yes, Squealer is constantly promoting Napoleon as a leader, but he wants to be the leader. He knows that if he rebels against the pigs, he won't stand a chance of surviving on the farm. It would be like Snowball all over again. So he decides to put on a facade and act as if he supports Napoleon in every way, shape, and form possible. Squealer tricks them, fools them, into thinking he is the sweet, talkative pig that they have always known, so no one will ever suspect him as the true villain. But I saw his true colors, his true personality, his true intentions. Napoleon is not the threat. Squealer is. He is out to get them all under his rule and control the whole farm eventually. And that is his main goal, the one he hopes to succeed in accomplishing.